Hello everyone, so this is my part 2 for my game that I'm making with Pygame and Python. So it's called the Zelda Scrolls, and I'll show you the progress I've made. Okay, so here's the game. So this is all familiar, we're going to new game. So this part looks different here. This is like the overworld. So this is much different from last video. So we got a bunch of trees and rivers and that kind of thing. You can move along here. And if you press M, that actually brings up the overworld map. And so this is kind of what the map looks like. This red dot is where we are in the world. You can see most of the world here is actually pretty empty. I haven't filled it in yet. But if you can move, and I don't know if you can see this, but the red dot actually is moving as we move through the world. And anyways, if you press M again, we go back to the normal screen. Yeah, so you can move around, and then you see this little town here. This little picture to the left of my character is an actual town, and so if you go over it, you enter the town. So here we are, and if you go out any edge, like if we go out the edge, we come back out. So anyways, we'll go in. This is kind of similar to what we saw in the last video, except now you can see it's much more detailed, and we have NPCs here moving around. So they're just moving around on their own. They basically can move around randomly within a certain box in the screen. And so I have a bunch of them there. The usual thing, we can go over into our shops. You can buy stuff. We won't do anything like that for now. You can leave the shop. Right now I actually have the battle system turned off just because I don't want to show that, but it does still exist. Battles are only going to actually be in the overworld. I did add a few new shops that I don't think existed last time. I'll just show you those. So now this is the armor shop. One thing I decided to do with each shop is each shop has a certain type of special action that only that shop can do. So for example, in the armor shop, there's the repair option. I haven't implemented that yet. In the tavern shop, that's the save option. I'll show you the weapon shop. I think I did enchanting maybe. I haven't actually implemented them yet, but or crafting, yeah. So you can do crafting eventually when I get that fixed. Same idea. You can buy certain. This is the weapon shop, so you can buy swords and daggers. But we'll leave this for now. Again, all the artwork. I think I said this last time is just sort of stuff I got offline. It's just a placeholder right now because it's probably like some of it's probably proprietary, and I'm just using it to kind of get a feel for what the game might look like before I get actual free art. This is so now you can even go into this. This is like a house. It's empty. There's nothing in it. No furniture, but you can move around. Um, it's just a simple square building, and so I'll fill that in eventually. But to go out, we go up to the top left corner here, and that'll exit the house. So we're back outside. And then the final type of shop I have here is I'm calling it the wharf. So a lot of these towns I'm making are on a river or on the ocean. And if you go in there, and its special thing is going to be to travel, so I'm going to use it kind of like a fast travel location. Again, I haven't implemented that yet, but that's what it eventually will be. Right now, it just looks like the tavern shop. Yeah, a little bit more about the NPCs in the world. So you can see they all move around randomly in their little area, and I've started to implement interacting with them. So if you go up to them, so when you're beside one, he won't move anymore, and so this guy has stopped moving. Whereas I move away, he'll start moving again. So that's the first thing. Anyway, so if you go next to them and you press enter, that actually cues the dialogue, and so this is just a dialogue menu. It's still a little bit buggy. I haven't fixed it all yet, but I think this might actually fail. Yeah, so it just gives you different options, but if I keep going through this, oh no, it doesn't. Okay, I think there's still some bugs there, but anyways, it's just dummy dialogue right now. I'm just showing you that I'm just working on implementing the dialogue for questing and that kind of stuff in storyline. And again, I can go up to this guy, he'll stop moving when I'm next to him, and even if I'm above him, he'll stop moving as well. Press enter. Oh yeah, so you could see there was an error, there was a bug there. Let me pull it up again. I'm still working on that part. Enter the town again. And just like in the overworld, if we press M, we do get a map. So this is the town. It's very sort of resolution is very low, but again, the red dot is where we are. If we move, you can see the red dot moving. See where all the different buildings are. M. So if we want to exit this town, again, we can go to any of the edges. Go to the top edge here. We exit. And then so that's just one town. And then there's more towns. So you can see here's another town. You can move along this world. Let's enter this town. So it just looks different. I haven't put any NPCs in here. Haven't done much with any of the other towns yet in terms of adding shops. I don't even think I have any shops. Yeah, you don't actually enter any shops right now. But still, same idea. Press M. You can see this is what this town looks like. It's like a mini world. And we can exit. And you can see what I've done. I've also tried to make the town maps to be sort of representative of the world that they're in. So for example, here you see the town is along the river. There's this island here. The water's in front, and so when we go in the town, it is representative. So you know we have this river. Here's that island, that kind of thing, and we have the road going north and then west and east. And if we exit, that is sort of what we have here. Yeah, so the main overworld here, actually what I'll do, it's all the maps and the worlds in terms of like the backgrounds are made with the tiled program, and I actually have that here I can show you. So this is the world. You can zoom in. Yeah, I've created, there's mountain ranges that I'm starting to work on, lots of trees and forests, different towns. There's another town over here. The capital, I think I'm going to be, the capital is going to be over here. And so the thing is, for the towns, there's a different icon, but for the capital, which is kind of a big city, there's a different one. And so different size cities will have different icons. Again, this is just random art I got offline, but when I'm actually using proper art, it'll be the same idea. This is kind of a bigger than a town. It's one step bigger than a town, so you can see it looks different. And then again, so each town is made in tile map. And then I used actual group objects for indicating where the entrance is for each little shop was and where the exit boundaries are. You can see that they have their group objects all along here. So that's how you exit and leave the town. I haven't implemented any sound or anything yet. Press M. But it's starting to come along now. It's actually kind of sort of inspired by that 2D top-down Zelda, Pokemon, Dragon Quest kind of feel to it. So you have this overworld, you move around in it. In that overworld, there's different towns and cities and castles, and by going over them, that's how you enter those towns, cities, and castles. As you move throughout the overworld, there'll be different battles, and I have it turned off again right now, but it is still working. And maybe as you move over mountains, that'll mean you attack different types of enemies, and maybe if you're in a forest, that'll be a different enemy, and if you're in a field, that'll be a different enemy. But I think I still got the pause screen. Yeah, it's basically coming together now. I'm actually pretty happy with the progress that's coming along. The next thing I think I want to work on is fixing that dialogue that I showed you. Implementing the first quests in the game, which I think is going to be challenging to figure out how I should do that, and implementing the fast travel system. But yeah, it's really coming along. If you guys have any ideas, definitely just leave a comment. Again, if you got ideas for storyline or quests or features I should add to this game, then definitely leave a comment and I'll potentially add them. Yeah, I think that's everything. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is, so I'm going to keep posting these videos as the game progresses, but if people are interested, I might also post a series on how to make this game in terms of coding. So if you people are coders out there and you want to learn how to make a basic 2D sort of top-down RPG, maybe I'll do like a tutorial series on more details of the actual coding, because right now it's just I'm just kind of showing off the project. But yeah, so I might do a tutorial series on that if people are interested. Anyways, okay, thanks for watching. Bye.